is home to about 130,000 people. So, not huge, but certainly a good size. And the River Inn flows through here. And the word in German for bridge is Brück. So Innsbruck means bridge over the River Inn. And there has been trading points here on this river since Roman times, but this city got its lucky break in the late 1400s because one of the emperors of the Holy Roman Empire, his name was Maximilian I, he made Innsbruck his kind of summer capital, and he built the city up into a beautiful, beautiful place. So we're going to see that in our little wander through the center once we've checked in, etc. And yeah, you're going to see a few of the sights. You're going to see what it's all about, what it's looking like. So he turned it into something fantastic from the 1400s onwards, 1490s. And yeah, over the next few hundred years, it didn't really evolve to the same extent that he helped it evolve over that period, but it's kind of frozen in time in the center. The architecture is incredible, and it did escape a lot of the wars that went on. Innsbruck actually fell under Bavarian control, the southernmost region of Germany, which controls Munich and Neuschwanstein down there, so it fell under there for a little bit, but of course for the last 150 years or so it's been back in Austrian hands. And when we go into the center and we see a little bit of it, I think you're really going to like it because it's just gorgeous. It's really, really nice town. Did anybody hear about somebody called Ötzi the Iceman? I think in about 1991 they discovered up in these mountains a perfectly preserved 5,000-year-old corpse of a Stone Age, Bronze Age man who had just got frozen, and he was like almost 100% preserved. And so he was put in all these museums. They studied him, and he was still wearing his hat and his boots and stuff. So yeah, that's another thing. You're going to have like a museum dedicated to that. Some random shops. The schnapps, of course. You'll find schnapps all the way through Austria, which is that fruit brandy. And this region, by the way, is called Tyrol. And this is the Alpine region, yodeling, folklore, and so we're going to see some of that tonight. Some of us going out there, and yeah, it's a really nice place for us to spend an evening at the foot of the Alps. Little, not so little, but a small Austrian city. And so yes, we are back in the Euro, of course. We are speaking our Austrian German, which is the same. There's a few differences, a few little bits of slang. For example, to say hi in Austria, you can say obviously Guten Tag, which is very formal and standard across German-speaking countries. But the slang here, when you want to say hi, you say Grüß Gott. Grüß Gott. And just remember your Danke is always handy. But they do speak pretty good English all the way around. And yes, you'll find people wearing some traditional outfits sometimes in the summer, lederhosen and such. And the dirndl is the outfit for women, which is the sort of almost like a corset of the flowing dress. So we are going to check into the Alp Art. If anybody has ever seen photos from up there, it's amazing. You can see the ski jump, you can see the crowds lining up watching the skiing, you can see the town, all the different coloured pastel shades of building. And a lot of the architecture that you're going to see is the Barocco style architecture, so Baroque or Barocco, but also the Imperial Habsburg architecture in the centre. And the centre hasn't changed much in 400 years. There is one long boulevard that runs down. I'm going to walk you to the sort of crossroads of that, and that is called Maria Theresienstrasse. Now, Maria Theresa was the empress, so when it looked like the Habsburg dynasty was going to die out because it wasn't passed down to a male heir, the emperor at the time said, you know what, I'm going to change the law, and he picked his daughter Maria Theresa to become the empress. And she ruled all the way through the 1700s for many decades, and she had 17 children, and one of them was Marie Antoinette, who eventually married into Louis XVI's court, of course. So that's a little bit about the street, Maria Theresastrasse. It's, you know, pastel shade, beautiful coloured buildings going down that. And on the opposite side of that, where we're going to meet later, the Golden Roof, the Golden Dome. So the Emperor Maximilian I, when he moved here, he began building some parts of the Hofburg Palace, which actually we'll see the back of as we're walking to the coach later and to our dinner. He moved here and he wanted to make this his summer residence, get away from Vienna and build up Innsbruck. And so what happened is there was a rumor going around, not only Innsbruck but all of Austria, that he was broke. There was a rumor going around that the emperor had no money. So what did he decide to do? He said, you know what, I'll show everyone. And on the back side of what is the palace, where he used to watch his jousting tournaments and his horse riding and that sort of stuff, he built a balcony completely covered in gold and gold leaf to show everybody that he wasn't broke. So it was a little bit out of spite, but a little bit out of showing the opulence of the Habsburgs and telling everybody, look, I've still got some gold behind me. So I used to sit up there and under the golden roof and watch all of his competitions, the jousting, the performances in the street below. So we'll show you where that is. And that is another one of the major highlights that you may wish to see. There is also a St. Johannes church a bit further down. Maybe we'll see it as we come in. That is also another highlight, one of the 17th century churches. There's quite a few in and around the centre. There is also the Museum of Regional Tyrolean Heritage, which is a big palace-looking building, a bit further away. But the beautiful centre, it's about 4 or 5 blocks in the city centre that is full of these highlights that we're talking about. So it's quite walkable to see and to check out and get a feel for some photos. And yeah, just to wander down Maria Theresa Street. You'll also maybe see the Swarovski room. The Swarovski showroom is there, but they're usually closed by about 5 o'clock. But this is the home of Swarovski. So Swarovski crystals obviously come from these mountains, the caves in the mountains outside here. And so yeah, a little bit further up, and then yeah, we'll give you some time to wander and explore. And just a reminder, at 10 to 8, we're going to start walking towards the coach. And the rest of us will actually continue straight past that to the dinner and show. Those who do want to get the coach back, we'll show you where it is. Also, I've just posted in the group, as I mentioned, if you
Okay, let's carry on.
आगे क्या बीच में लेना मेरी दो फोटोज पीछे की है देख नाइट मोड पे कैसे जाता है फोन नाइट मोड ऑटोमेटिक मेरे में क्यों नहीं है तेरे पास क्योंकि अरे को बोला
We're going to stop about 3/4 of the way up and drop those of you guys going back to bed. Just walking up this way and then going to a park.
Yeah, I'm doing a video.
Switzerland was double the price. Did you guys get some food?
McDonald's right away.
That's the reason we come here. We just want to eat.
Compared to the Swiss prices, it's
şey oldu.
keep walking straight. You look back and you can see the old palace, this big white building. The old imperial palace that the Habsburg rulers used to live in when they came out here for the summer. So those of you going around to Vienna, you're going to see the official Vienna palace. But this is the old summer Innsbruck palace. The Hofburg is called. And going around to Vienna, those of you going there will see the other imperial palace in Vienna. This was like one of the little summer getaways.
It's not a government building?
It's still a palace, you can still visit.
Oh! The palace right over there. You got that? You get that all?
Jesuit church.
Oh, yes.
Weren't built like this before.
Find it, my love.
Yeah.